Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start the drive with a give to Cobb. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Felton, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The Browns had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down and 11-yard pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To try again after the sack. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Throwing is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Faking the give, now Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now a first down throw, Watson. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Jackson will keep it, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and that'll be good for a Baltimore first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's got some space here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ready?
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
It's 4th down. Johnny Thompson on the punt.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 41 And the Ravens have moved out in front. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Ravens 10, Browns 7. Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Anytime.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Forward.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll go again with Dobbins. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. So 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Dobbins running out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second and 5 now. Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast, but sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run with Dobbins. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Dobbins, touchdown, Baltimore. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
31!
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gets them a 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Running right through him. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down now, Felton. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
24 is down, he's coming. Hey, 24.
Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
26.
And Chubb will try the middle here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
24.
And again, it's Chubb. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
31 yards damage.
York able to send this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Ravens take over first and 10. Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hey, report! Report!
From the 45 on 2nd down. Jackson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Another run here with Dobbins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Tucker's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Watson now to throw. Pass complete to Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Watson. Pass complete to Bell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To throw, Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Watson to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
desperation time. Watson on 4th down. That's complete to Bell over the middle. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Ravens, they move a step closer to 500 as their record